we have Eryk Anders versus Jamie Pickett. Both of these guys are actually UFC veterans at this point. They've been in the UFC for a good amount of time, and some hit and misses are somewhere around there. But I mean, I think they've both done decent considering what their ability is. Eryk Anders, 15-8. He's 2-3 in his last five. He's actually coming off of that Yanis decision loss to Marc-Andre Berholt. Jamie Pickett, 13-10. He's 1-4 in his last five. He's coming off a loss via decision to Josh Freem. And obviously before that, he was choked out by Bo Nickel. Moving to the odds for this fight, we have Eryk Anders at minus 360, open up at minus 250. Gerard, I'll let you open up this fight as well for the breakdown. What do you think about Anders and Pickett here?
So in this matchup, honestly, both these guys are like fighters that are hard to trust personally, but Eryk Anders has the edge because he actually competes. He's competitive against more quality opponents. Um, he's not that fast from what I've seen, and he does get hit, but he does have the power and the grappling. And in this fight, I think he has good size and power for this matchup. Um, I think Eryk Anders looks like he's been improving, and for Jamie Pickett, I'm not really sure what I'm seeing from fight to fight, honestly. And but Pickett should be quicker on the feet. He's athletic. Um, if I had to predict something in this fight, I would say the fight could go over 1.5 is my prediction. But if I'm picking a fighter, I'm leaning Eryk Anders, but I think the odds should be a little bit closer though, because both these guys are hard to trust money with, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think the odds should be a little closer. Anders, he's a wrestler, uses that professional football background to his advantage in the fights. I mean, this guy's pretty strong. He likes to use the wrestling to grind his way to decision wins. So far in the UFC, though, it's been mixed results. I mean, 3-6 in UFC decisions. So, he's lost more than he's won using that method of trying to grinding the opponents against the cage. I mean, if he can't land the takedown, he just really has no issue in trying to just push people against the cage and holding them there for the majority of the fight. He does have a solid 79% takedown defense. Not the best striker, but he does have some power. Pretty low volume though. I think that Pickett is a average fighter. Actually, I don't think he's that. He's 13-10. I don't think he's that bad. He does have an all around skill set, but the main thing that has been going on with his record and just his fights has been that he's just been outworked in most of these fights. He actually has some decent technique in striking. He has an 80-inch reach and he uses the range well. I think he has some really good straight shots, but he just has low volume. Like he just very hesitant to actually use those shots. And he seems to just think too much in the cage, right? I think that both of these guys actually have a similar kind of grappling game plan, but Anders is able to just hold people against the cage more because of his strength and football background. I will lean towards Ander being able to use his athleticism and power to just cage push Pickett to a decision victory. However, I do think that this is a closer fight than what the odds are saying due to the nature of how this fight could go down because we could see either guy just doing the same thing to each other. So I think there's going to be a lot of grinding, a lot of cage pushing, potential be a snooze fest here. So yeah, I'm staying away from this. Anders via decision, and hopefully it just ends quickly and we move on to the main card like we are now.